Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Pamela. I am a student at the University of Missouri, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about 3 tips that I have for how to make friends in college. It can be a really daunting task to walk into a university where you know relatively no one, but it's such a fun experience to get to meet so many new people. I hope that these tips will help you make some friends. As a sophomore, I've used all of these tips and they've helped me so much with making friends in college, and I'm so happy with the friend group that I have now. It's really not that hard to make friends in college. It just takes a little bit of getting used to and putting yourself out there to really find those people that you mesh with perfectly. I hope that these 3 tips will help you be a little bit more comfortable and ready to make those relationships. And I really hope that you enjoy my video. If you do, make sure to like it and subscribe if you want to keep up with me and all the videos that I post. I would love to have you. For now, let's get to the good stuff. So the first tip that I have is to join organizations. I know some people are a little bit hesitant to join orgs when they're a freshman just because you're trying to get used to the swing of things, but it really helps so much with making friends and finding people who have the same interests and hobbies as you. I'm in about 5 organizations right now, and I think that that's a really good cap point, but joining an organization is literally so important. You meet so many people. Usually clubs in college will have about a meeting a month, which is a lot less than high school. I remember I was so surprised by how few meetings you have to have. It's once a month, and every time you go, you'll get to see the exec board. They'll probably talk about upcoming events. There's usually identity-based clubs, volunteer-based clubs, or your major-based clubs. It's really fun to be in at least one of all of those areas just because they really give you a completely different experience. When you go to an organization, pretty much the whole point of it is to bond and have a group of people who have the same interest or career path or hobbies. By making friends in that group, you already automatically have friends who are interested in the same things as you, which is so relieving because it's really hard to randomly find people who are interested in the same things as you or who you mesh with well. So when you go to a club meeting, it just really narrows down the amount of people that you have to get through to try to find your future friends. And a lot of the times when you go to those meetings at the beginning of the year, they'll have little icebreakers that you can do where they'll make you say your name, your town you're from, and your major, and it really helps find your friends. I actually found my best friend Emma, who you guys have seen in my weekly vlogs. I met her in one of my organizational meetings. I am so happy that I did because she's been the person that I've been with every single day since college began. Usually schools will have some type of career fair or something at the beginning of the year which will have all the organizations out that you can join, and I recommend to join at least a couple. I know it can be a little bit scary because you go into this giant room where you really don't know many people, but they really force you to interact with people and talk, so you will make a friend even if it takes a little bit. And not only is it good socially to meet people, but it's also awesome for resume building. Being in organizations are great on resumes, so if you can be in multiple, it's a really good idea. I think it's helped me so much with meeting people and getting volunteer opportunities, which are also key, especially in the nursing profession. But no matter what you are, volunteering is always going to look good on your resume, so organizations are also really good for that. If you go to them, it's almost a given that you're going to make some type of friends. So make sure to join some, and I would recommend not to join more than 4 or 5 because the meetings can get a little bit time consuming. If you join more than that, even though they only meet once a month, they tend to be around the same area, so it can be a little bit stressful if you have 3 meetings in 1 week. Join as many as you can. You try to find the right balance. It's really nice to get more deeply involved in one organization and then have a few sprinkled around that you also go to, because when you're more involved in an org, it can take up a lot of your time. The second tip that I have kind of sounds like a given: going to class. It's such a simple thing to do that can really help you make friends or connect with people who you wouldn't meet otherwise. So depending on your college size, your classes will be all different sizes. My school, I think the biggest is probably about 500 students, but usually it's around 300, 200 range, which isn't too bad. If you sit towards the front of the class, it definitely helps the room feel a bit smaller and not so crazy overflowing with strangers. It's such a cool way to get to make friends because it helps you not only socially, but with your academics as well. Because if you're meeting people who are in your classes with you, then that's automatically someone to study with, someone to share notes with, someone to review with. It's such an awesome way to help you further your learning. If you're confused on a topic, a lot of the times you're gonna have peers who are confused on the same thing. You're not gonna know everything, and there's gonna be other people who know things that you don't know, so it's just a really awesome collective thing that you can do with people in your class. A lot of the times classes will actually have group meets for everyone in the course, so that's another way to meet people. But just talking to people in class, whether it's the person next to you or someone that you walk by on the way into the classroom, Most people don't really have friends in all of their classes because there's so many students in a university. So it's really cool to just be like, hi, I'm Pamela. Ask them where they're from and let them know that you're willing to like be friends, share notes, sit next to each other. It also just makes the classroom feel so much more welcoming when you're with people who you are a little bit familiar with. They may not be your best friends, but they're gonna be people that you can talk to when the professor's being dorky or you're bored and trying to stay awake in class. Just going to class, putting in that effort to talk to people who are around you, just getting their number, I think, is the first step to making friends with people in your class. Even if you just say we should exchange numbers so that we can review for the next test, it can end up being you guys going to lunch together and studying, or going to the library together and really just getting to know each other and becoming friends. So it's a really cool segue into friendship to have a class together and talk to each other and get to that point where you want to hang out not just for school purposes. And the final tip that I have for you guys is to smile. It seems super simple, just like most of my topics in this video. They're really simple, but they're just small things that you can do that really make your experience with making friends so much easier. Smiling seems like such a minuscule thing to do, but it changes your body language completely, and people feel open to coming up to you, asking you questions, asking if they can sit by you, or just wanting to be your friend. I would never go up to someone who wasn't smiling at me if I was looking at them. So smiling just changes your entire attitude, and it also changes the way that people see you. The happier you are, the more likely it is, I think, that someone will come up and want to talk to you and introduce themselves to you, because they won't feel intimidated. They'll feel like you're a kind person who's smiling at them because you want to get to know them. I really hope that these tips have helped you. If you'd like any more tip videos or college-based videos, please let me know. I would love to make them. Thank you so much for watching. Those are the 3 tips that I've gotten from college so far. If I find any more, I'll make sure to make another video, but just make sure to join organizations. They are such a key, helpful thing for you to do to make friends in an easygoing environment where you just have so many opportunities, not only for leadership and good resume building, but also just to meet people who are interested in the same things as you and hang out with people who really have the same goals as you in the long run. Then tip number 2, make sure to go to class and talk to people around you. Even if it's awkward at first, it's always better to know a couple of people in your class than to know no one and be stuck whenever you don't know the answer to the last problem on the homework or something. And then the last tip, the simplest and the most beneficial, I think, is to smile at everyone. It just makes people feel so much more welcome to talking to you. It makes your body language so much more open and willing to get to know people. I hope that you can use them whether you're in school or you're going to school, but college really is not bad. It is so amazing, and you get to meet so many cool people that you would have never met otherwise. If you like me or my video, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you join, and if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. If you'd like to follow me throughout my life, feel free to follow me on my social medias. I'll leave them linked down below, and then I'll also put them on the screen here if you'd like to follow them. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope that these tips have helped you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!